Yeah, so I'm very passionate about camping and four-wheel driving. I haven't done it all my life. I wasn't raised on it, which is probably why it was so appealing to me, maybe, because it was like a drug when I was first exposed to it. I think the first place he took me was Burgoyne's, just down the road. I think it was in 2014, and from then on I was like, oh, I want to do this. I love everything about it. Love the cars. I used to be into, Japanese kind of turbo drift cars back in the day. That kind of carried across to four-wheel driving, where you can kind of modify cars and you can tinker with it, which I am a tinkerer. But you get a lot of freedom to really use the car and really kind of challenge yourself, challenge the vehicle, put it to its paces. Just getting out camping and seeing places that you just cannot see anywhere else unless you have this type of car that will get you there.
It's just a way of getting to some of the more unseen, uncharted places of Victoria, New South Wales, of Australia, really.
For me, I feel like I'm so much more connected, and I can really see all of Australia. I'm not sort of limited to just designated camping sites or places where it's just gravel roads.
I think just being outside and outdoors is important for me. Being in the water is really important. And then when I hit sort of, early 20s, I realised actually I just like being outside. I didn't realise until I get home. I'm more relaxed. I'm tired after the trip, but I'm more energised somehow. So I think that, I think there's energy and there's power to be gained from being out bush that we don't even realise.
We as kind of humans, we don't belong in a city. It doesn't feel natural. It's kind of built up around us. And when you really think about it, this landscape is our natural habitat. Being in an area where there's no reception has a big part to play. Just being disconnected and just experiencing this place as you would have done thousands of years ago.
It's now part of my culture. It just means so much to me. It sounds a bit weird, but I feel proud to be, Australian, and I often look forward to taking people from overseas and showing off what we've got here, and it's just so unbelievable. And, without, the sort of four-wheel drive culture, you don't know it's out there. I think once you own a four-wheel drive, you always have a four-wheel drive, because you realise where you can go with it.
I got into four-wheel driving before I started creating the app, obviously. I was doing it maybe for about 3 years. And then I realised that I just kept going back to the same places. And it was very difficult to have access to the information that this app and this platform gives you access to now. Knowing what type of vehicle's been down this track before me, when did they actually do that? What's the difficulty rating? How long is the track? How long is it going to take me to get down there? When was this information last updated? Can I access all this information when I've got no reception? Just so many kind of aspects of the actual hobby that this tool would need. I just said, okay, well, I'm going to do all of those things.
I mean, look, not trying to sound like trying to sell Newtracs or anything, but it's definitely transformed the way that I, go four-wheel driving these days. Without it, I'm just relying on books, you know, that were probably published a few years ago.
I can't go full driving now without the Newtracs app. I find it invaluable, and it just helps me figure out what's up ahead. And yeah, I don't know how I would do it without it. I feel bad for people that aren't aware of it. It's a lot more anxiety inducing not having this thing. It is kind of like a cheap insurance policy. It is a good way to challenge yourself if that's what you want.
Go, give it now. Give it. Give it. Give it.
People should be aware that these places exist very close to their home and be able to experience it. It's being able to try and share this experience with as many people as we can, and at the same time being a really useful tool for those same people. So that was a big driving force. People should know.